Hello there, my beautiful 1585ers. You wonderful folks, you. Okay, this is a interesting day. I was listening to some incredible videos earlier today, and it's been weighing on my mind, so I figured I better get it off my chest. I hope you guys can handle this. This particularly goes out to a group of people who somehow in their minds believe they're not black. Now, let me first qualify all this with one statement. If you all are of the opinion that your origins, as determined by archaeology and scientific research and all these wonderful things, is shown to be that of somewhere in the center of Africa. Africa was a big area of the world which encompasses places that have tried to name themselves something other than Africa. So first, let's get that out of the way. So I don't care who you are. I don't care how pale you are, how dark you are, how in between you are, how devoid of melanin or full of melanin. You originated from the center of Africa. Okay? If you can convince me otherwise, then great. Show me the history that shows that you were there before your origins of the center of Africa. If you can't, then you need to change your languages. You need to change the things that come out of your mouth. But in particular, I'm talking about people who are visibly black. Visibly black. And that means all those shades that are derived from being black. Go explore the continent of Africa that they call Africa now, and go from one corner to the other, up to down, side to side, and you will find Africans of every different hue imaginable. Different shapes of noses, lips, ears, eyes, different color hair, and they are all Africans. By heritage, by birth, by existence. But yet, some of those people will actually look at you and say, "Oh no, I'm not black, I'm this." Now, let me get this out of the way too, okay? Because this is something that's kind of elementary, and it should be very easy for everybody to understand. If I'm from Canada, and you say to me, "Well, you do know that you're black, right?" And I say, "No, I'm Canadian." I don't know what name you would have for me at that point, or what descriptive details you would give to try to describe that conversation. Okay, that's a wart, Tesla. Again, this is a no right turn on red, and we were about to go through the red. That's a big ticket. Okay. So back to me. I'm not black. I'm Canadian. Clyde, I've known you for many, many years. I'm sorry, you're black. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm Canadian. I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm Canadian. Or how about where I was born in Montreal, Quebec, and I tell you, I'm not black. I'm a Quebecois. I'm not black. Really, I'm not a black. I'm a Quebecer. I'm a Montrealer. I'm a Quebec. Discuss that with yourself and come up with a descriptive answer as to what that person is. in your brain, whether they are intelligent or maybe lacking a little bit of that. So there are people in our world who will tell you, I'm not black, I'm Dominican. I'm not black, I'm Spanish. Why don't these people understand? Spanish is a language. Okay? I'm not black, I'm Buddhist. That's a religion. People, come on, wake the funk up. Now, if you said, I'm not black, I'm white, I'd say, fabulous. Wow, that's some sort of a sensical conversation. But then I'm going to say, wait a second. I'm driving right now in between two white lines. I would like to find the person who can put their arm anywhere near one of these white lines and find a match. And if you do, I'm going to tell you, you're not white. You're an albino. You are devoid of melanin. Devoid of melanin. Which is not a healthy state of life. So, again, I apologize if you think you are not black when you are. And if you think other people look at you and say, you're not black, you're Dominican, you're Spanish, you're whatever you want to call it. I mean, honestly, I think it's a dumb conversation to have with people, but I don't understand how people have not had this conversation with themselves. Or maybe with their parents. You know what? There's also people who are involved in a family where, let's say, there's a black woman who has met up with a white man. And I mean, you know, this is the you got to put the air quotes, right? Because some people identify as white, some people identify as black, okay? So they come together, they fall in love, everything is fabulous, they have children, he has a job, she has a job, they all work hard to build their family, and you look at the family and you go, hey, how come your dad is like so dark? And you guys like, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. We're all white. Well, your dad clearly is not. I don't know what you're talking about. My dad is white too. Ask him. Hey, Dad. Or I kind of got the impression that you might be black. I'm not black. Don't tell me I'm black. You know, we are blah, blah, blah. We're a family and we're this, we're that. Now, I'm trying not to defame anybody directly because there are some people that I've had conversations with who are so delusional, and I just have to bite my tongue and walk away. There are some people who go, well, I may be black, but I'm not as dark as you. You go, do you think that is a good thing? Like, are you like trying to exert some sort of bragging rights by saying that you're lighter than? Because all that means is that you have less melanin. And as the scientific research has shown, melanin is instrumental in all kinds of organ function, in repair, cellular repair, all these things. So don't use it as a bragging right, because it's not something to brag about. But even at that, understand the mentality that makes somebody say that. Do they think that they are superior because they are darker or lighter or greener or yellower or oranger? Like, honestly, what is going through their head? Because in my opinion, I've met some pretty numbskull black people, very numbskulled brown people, very numbskulled white people, very numbskulled every kind of person you can possibly imagine. And I don't understand why they think that somehow their hue makes them superior or inferior. So I guess this is a very hard topic to actually discuss. Let me put it to you this way. I'm going to use me. From the time I was 18 years old, I've been in one business or another. And almost every one of them were successful. And people say to me, why would you give up a successful business? And I say, well, I'm one of those people, I guess, who likes to be challenged. So, if I find a challenge, I work hard at it, I conquer the challenge, and then I like to do something different. So a lot of times I used to either give away, I'll give an example, I gave away an entertainment business to my niece and her hubby at the time, who was in the picture and was willing to help take care of her children alongside her. I gave them business, I gave them a car, actually I think there were a couple of cars, I gave them bank accounts, everything. I don't know, in hindsight I could say, wow, that was really foolish, but I wanted to move on to a different challenge, okay, something else. And I was getting into hotel management. Me and my brother were in partners with a conglomerate group that were owning hotels and entertainment and stuff like that. So that was the direction I went into, and I gave away my business. I had a fairly successful disturbance technician company. You can figure that one out on your own. We were like the biggest in Southern Ontario, and I gave that to my second in command in exchange for a pension. And I took off to Windsor and got married, and started to go to school for computer engineering. I guess what I'm trying to say is I've been pretty dang successful all of my life, and I don't contribute that to being dark-skinned or light-skinned or in-between-skinned or white-skinned or white-accepted or white-adjacent or blackest, anything. Like, listen, the reason I succeeded is because of me. It wasn't because of my skin color. It wasn't because of my adjacent bootlicking, okay? But some people feel that the more adjacent they are, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but it's true. So through my successes, because you came and sit down beside me and we had a good conversation, does that make you successful? Did it do anything to help spur you into creating a good, successful business that was sustaining your family and making you a good provider? I'm going to suggest no. I'm going to suggest no. So, all of you people who think you are something adjacent, whether you think, well, you know, I'm light enough to pass, and I'm close enough to being white that I can expect all white privilege, and I can be as successful as anybody out there because I can pass almost kind of for white? Or how about the other way? Oh, because I'm so dark-skinned and my skin is like velvet and it's smooth and it's great, and I can therefore be as successful as the best boxers in the world, the best basketball players in the world. The darker my skin, the more I'm capable of playing basketball or boxing. I'm going to look at both of those people and I'm going to cry foul. And I'm going to look at both of them and say, well, hey, look, I played basketball and I was pretty good. There was really one person in my class. I don't know, I was about to say school, but I don't know if he was the best in the school. But he was better than me, by far. I knew that. And guess what? He was, I don't know what you call it, Asian, Chinese, whatever. He's from that eastern area of the world that aren't normally known for basketball, are they? So what's the moral of my thing here? Shut the F up, all of you. I'm so sick and tired of hearing you fools who think that something about your skin color makes you better than anybody else. And those of you who think that your skin color makes you worse than anybody else. Shut the F up, all of yous. Smarten up. Live on your merits, build on your merits, and work on your deficits. That's it. That's all you need to do. Don't judge yourself as being better or worse than anyone else based on a stupid detail. Oh my Lord. Look, I have I have permanently short toenails, so that makes me better than all of you guys. My teeth are whiter naturally than others who have gotten crest, whatever they call it, something bright white or whatever. So that makes me smarter than everybody else in the world. Like, you know what? Honestly, I think the human race, sometimes I want to give up on you guys. And then there's a spark that happens, and I go, wow, you know what? There is hope for the human race. And then I want to give up on you guys. And then, oh, there's hope for the human race. Please, folks, keep giving me reason to have hope in the human race, because sometimes it's a head shaker. I hope you've enjoyed this drive. This car has driven itself the whole way except when I wanted to get by that truck. So I kind of gave her the biz just to make sure that I could get by that truck. Sorry, for some reason, right at that one spot, FSD wants to go down to 50 kilometers an hour. It's a 90 kilometer an hour stretch of road. Anyway, that's why I got distracted there. I had to get the speed up the snuff. Folks, listen, I love people. I love all people. But for you people who think that you are better than anybody else, I'm going to say it again. Shut the F up. Because you definitely don't know what you're talking about. You're basing your opinion on foolishness that has no bearing on this world or anybody else around you. And stop trying to win approval from other people based on arbitrary garbage. Do you know in many countries in Africa they have banned skin whitening because people got so brainwashed that they thought by changing their skin that made them better or made them more adjacent, accepted? Who cares? If somebody meets you and they don't accept you for who you are, who cares? They're not worthy of your time or attention. Period. That's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I know that in India they have a culture. They call it a caste system. And some people will not even go outside into the sun because they don't want to get any shades darker. Because they're afraid they'll be treated differently. Folks, please, put that in front of you on a big piece of paper and read it over to yourself. And tell me that it's not the dumbest thing you have ever heard in your life. You're born looking out of your eyes, you have no concept of color whatsoever, and then people around you go, oh my God, you're so light, you're going to be an executive and a CEO. You're so dark, you're going to work in the coal mine in the pit. Meanwhile, you can reverse the intelligence levels on both of those people, and the CEO starts working in the coal mine while the coal miner is trying their best to become a CEO. Anyway, I think you get my picture. I'm so fed up with it. I'm so fed up with it. I've heard it only, honestly, and I mean this with all sincerity, I've only heard that here in Ontario. And now I'm hearing it in these videos from places like the Dominican Republic, like places in and around the Caribbean. And I'm just sick to my stomach. I grew up not feeling any way, shape, or form disadvantaged, advantaged, only to come into people who have this nasty view of this world in their lives. I'm gonna chop this thing up so much, honestly. I have to chop this down because there's no way. Like, I'm ranting because I'm really, it's really upsetting. I've listened to a few videos today about this. So, you know what? I'm just gonna say this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and above all, stay as happy as humanly possible. And remember, us 1585ers, we don't give up. We don't give in. But we try to keep an open mind, because that's the only way we gather our knowledge. Knowledge, the only power we will ever have on this earth. Bless you all. I'm sorry. Oh, ciao for now.